these are my memories of the late great Richard Pryor.
The late who?
You hear it now. Well, I'll tell y'all about that later. Y'all give it up one more time for Richard Pryor. My name is Don Cornelius, and this is it for another episode of Soul Train.
I'm going to show you anything in my car. Now today, anytime you're ready, let's start. Go loud. There you go. Come on. It's so well on the car to the car. That's right. I shop all the tires on my car. Hey, everybody, look at that. Hey, y'all. Listen, we got a celebrator. Okay? I got something for you. Hey, what you got for you? I got something. There you go. There you go, bro. All right. We're going to make a toast. You want to know why? I got something for you. Now, you remember last time you was here, you told me Bill Cosby told you to tone down the routine.
No, you ain't say it like that.
No. Bill Cosby told you to turn down the routine.
I remember what you told me.
I told you, F Bill Cosby.
You ain't necessarily say it like that, Richard.
I said F and the three letters after that.
Yeah, but you didn't necessarily say it like that, Richard. You said, be yourself. Care Bill Cosby. That's what you said, Richard.
That boy always from Shreveport acting like that. You got to put your boy. Now look what I got for Ed. Ooh, the red suit.
The red suit.
Red suit just for you, Ed.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
You gonna show Bill Cosby that.
Oh, yeah, you got that.
But now look, me and you, we're a team now. And one day you might get the red suit. Not no time soon. Let's make it over. To the red suit.
The red suit.
Hey. Now that's when you come.
Now, as you know, like I said earlier,
Where's my
the drug
pipe?
use was spiraling out of control.
Anybody see my pipe?
After several days of freebasing cocaine, he set himself on fire in a suicide attempt.
I need to get high. Where's my pipe?
It was initially reported as an accident, but later he admitted that he did it on purpose in a drug-induced
I need to get high.
haze.
Why you gonna let me get my pipe? I'm sorry, preaching nigga stuff up on there now. I'm sorry. I need to get high. You was supposed to be back there helping. What you doing? I don't know what they doing right there. That's right. I need to get high. Anybody see my pipe? Anybody see my pipe? I need to get high. I need to get high. Help me.
Hey, Rich, man.
Hold on. I got a light. I need my pipe. I got a light. I need my pipe.
Rich, are you sure you're okay?
Anybody see my pipe?
I have no blowtorch around.
I need to get high. Huh? I need my pipe. I got everything else. What? I need it. What else? Some got me around here somewhere. I need to get high. I need to get high. I need to get high. Hold on. I need to get high. Now I'm just gonna be a little bit. That's you still saying. I need to get high. I need to get high. I need to get high. Help me. What do you want me to do? Help me. I ain't nothing. I ain't nothing but a no good junkie. It wasn't something I didn't already know. Or hadn't known for many years. But to say it in front of a group of total strangers, like saying I'm used to the greatest, funniest character ever. I need to hide. Oh, I'm gonna set myself on fire. Yeah, now that's good. That's a good idea. I'm gonna set myself on fire. Then I'll be safe. Yes, I'm gonna set myself on fire. Then I'll be safe. I'm gonna set myself on fire. Don't back that up. Then I'll be safe. I'm gonna set myself on fire. Then I'll be safe. I'm gonna set myself on fire. Then I'll be safe. I'm gonna set myself on fire. Then I'll be safe. I'm gonna set myself on fire. Then I'll be safe. I'm gonna set myself on fire. Then I'll be safe. I'm gonna set myself on fire.
Thank you very much for coming out. You have a great night. Show these actors some love.
All right. It go both ways. Just like I didn't have to be a part of this, I didn't have to include you, vice versa. But God works. I'll never say the Lord works in mysterious ways. I just say the Lord works. You know what I'm saying? That's just one of my things. So from the bottom of my heart, man, appreciate you. All the way from Shreveport to Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? All the way. This is my dude right here, man. Got nothing but love for this brother, man. We met back in 2013, I want to say. You know, it was just a God thing again, you know, to just connecting people. And Friday, brother got off like 5 o'clock in the evening, drove straight here. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. On his own dime. Didn't ask me to pay for nothing. There you go. I said play that next. Yeah. Didn't ask for nothing. But you know what? And this is recorded, right? To any actor or actress out there that asks me how much you get paid, show me how much you worth. You know what I'm saying? And I say, no, you already know. And I said that to say, he didn't ask me for nothing, but he got everything. I'm talking about, I took care of him this time, last time, and every time. And so we know that just from actions. You know what I'm saying? Not words. So I want to thank you, you know what I'm saying? And from the bottom of my heart, you know what I'm saying? I did something a little special, you know what I'm saying? A little low key, you know what I'm saying? We superstars now, right?
What's going on, world? It's your man Timothy John, aka T to the Real. It's your man Jeremy UNMASK Smith in the building.
It's your boy UNMASK.
Yes, sir.
And he's back up in the booth.
All the way
You know what
in
I'm
KC,
saying?
Kansas City, Kansas. However you pronounce it, I'm here.
Yeah, we in KCK right now.
Yes, sir.
We just got done doing a show in KC Mo. We just got done doing the Pryor Empire, Richard Pryor tribute. And so I just wanted to kind of have a little round table discussion with my brother, man, and just go back and forth. He asked me a question, I asked him a question, just kind of recollect and reflect on what we just accomplished, man. So I'll let you go first, man.
All right. I am the interviewer. This is my good side. All right.
What's your
Tonight,
question?
as the producer, actor, and the creator, yeah. How tough is it for you to transition all in one in a crisis?
What you mean? You saying to do them all?
Right, at one time, because I understand one moment being behind the camera or giving people order, but tonight displayed your overall talent because you was everything while acting and projecting as instructor for the people.
Yeah.
So how hard is that when things seem to go kind of rocky? What is your method to keep everything?
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Because let me address what you first said as far as how hard. I mean, on a spiritual level, the shit was effortless. You know what I'm saying? And y'all about to get T to the real T real right now, because that's what the people who came to the show got. So it's like, when you truly, the prayer that I prayed, you know, when we was backstage before the show started, was the same prayer you prayed earlier in the prayer we've been praying as far as moving us out the way and trusting God. And so I did that. You know what I'm saying? I did that. And so from a spiritual level, it was too easy. You know what I'm saying? Because God was God. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have to do nothing. I ain't have to do nothing but just, hey, do that, go there. You know what I'm saying? But from a flesh perspective, god dang, I tell y'all what, this was the most challenging show I've ever done.
Right.
And the most rewarding. You know what I'm saying? Most challenging because kind of, as far as the path goes, nothing went as planned. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the destination goes, everything happened exactly how I knew it would happen and how I said it would happen.
Right.
So I mean, it was a thing to where, like I said at the beginning, at the end of the show, like I trusted the people that was there and the people that was a part of it. So I mean, it was a lot easier than most people would think. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I had already been prepared for this moment.
Right.
You know? That answer your question?
Yes, it did.
All right, my question to you. Give me your perception. How was it for you doing a show with me 5 years ago? You know what I'm saying? And that show was what it was.
Right.
And this time coming, I don't know what your expectations was, but how was the experience for you in terms of coming from out the... Okay, let me be specific. So y'all, we found out, I found out, I don't know when he checked his phone and really found out, because I don't know if he wasn't going to tell me if I didn't ask him or what, but I found out about less than 10 minutes before we started that one of the actresses, Kimberly, just dipped on us. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't in the show. But before that, Rachel was supposed to be in it, you know what I'm saying, days prior that you don't even know about.
Right.
And so she fell off. And so my question to you is, when we found out, that's all right, you're going to be all right. When we found out that the lead person who was with us the whole time that you came wasn't going to be in the show, what your first thoughts was, and just from there to the end of the show, what your process of thinking was?
Well, first of all, the show lived up to my expectation because I already knew that you had a plan B. And
C, D, E, F, G, elemental P.
And I already knew that at times like this, you always prepare for the worst because that's just part of show business. Now, as far as from the time we got the phone call to...
Oh, we didn't get phone call, we got
the
text.
text. When we checked our phone to the time that it was time to hit the stage, I knew that it would still come together because you playing so many hats, I kind of knew that the show must go on because you already planned it from the rehearsal that just in case, because this ain't your first time. Now, my expectation from beginning to ending was exactly what I thought it was. It kind of superseded my expectation.
Yeah, straight up.
Because you were stern the whole time. And with that, we need that in show business. So by you being stern made the turnout, even in a crisis, more endearing to all of us. It meant a lot more to us because we had so many events happen to pull it together. We had to do it. Now, to answer your second question is, from what, 5 years ago?
Yeah.
He's a lot nicer.
I'm pointing at whoever feels some kind of way about it.
Now, he's a lot nicer. Things are a lot tenser now because this is a baby.
Yeah, we ain't playing games these days.
And it's a baby that you birthed, and it meant a lot more to you now in this state because you have elevated and you have went to that next level of creativity to bring something to life. So from 5 years to now, I seen the growth. Which made it easier to work with you this time because we grew as brothers and we have our moments of creative, creative forces where we go back and forth, being strong heads, but at the end of the day, you really showed your true talent as a director, an actor, a writer, a motivator, and as well as showed your patience as a believer. So, shout out to you, man.
Yeah, right up, you too. You too, my dude. All right, what's your next question, man?
My next question is, being that this show was such a success, are you willing to expand it, the longevity of it, like go on the road with it?
Willing. Is that your question?
Yeah, and with that, would you be taking the loyal cast member, or would you be more cautious
Hey man,
of who you pick?
I'm riding with you.
I'm gonna be there.
I had said, I told people be thinking I'll be playing, but the people who came to the show, people who know me know that I stand on my word.
Right.
And I said at the show, I said before the show that this was probably one of my last shows in KC for a while.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I said that and I meant that because for years and decades, I've been giving all I got to my city. You know what I'm saying? Kansas City, Kansas, Kansas City, Missouri, giving all I got. I done put a lot of people on. There's a lot of people, and I done rejected a lot of people. There's a lot of people who wanted to work with me, and then for whatever reason, I didn't fool with them, and then they started coming. Or they wrote a show. Right. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And so my thing is, where I'm at right now, is all we doing is global. So anybody out there, because I know everybody watching is not just Kansas and Missouri, because Louisiana gonna be watching this video.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Texas gonna be watching this video.
Yeah.
Tennessee gonna be watching this video.
Right.
Georgia gonna be watching this video. California gonna be watching this
Even
video.
China,
Indiana's gonna be watching this video.
Right.
You know. Speaking of which, okay. So tonight, kind of getting off on a tangent, but not really. Tonight, two women said they told you they came from Junction City, but one told me they came from Indiana. She came from Indiana, all the way from Indiana to see this show. So I think it was her friend or something. And so they was like, when will you be ready to bring a show there? I said I can be ready next week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Next month for sure. So with that being said, man, where I feel like God is putting on my heart is all we are is global now. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because the Bible talks about how you're going to be a stranger in your own land. And we talked about it earlier that Louisiana treats you a lot like Kansas and Missouri treat me. They recognize our talent. Right. They recognize our gift. They recognize our greatness. But it's a lot of envy. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of envy. It's a lot of insecurity. Right. It's a lot of holding a grudge, you know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, man, you said the loyal cast members, that's kind of like a gray statement to me, because something I said tonight, and I always try to tie stuff back together. Something I said tonight is just because people show up don't mean they're there to support you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I go by loyal based on how easy somebody is to work with. Right. That's why I don't base loyalty on people just showing up. I base it on how easy people are to work with, how willing people are to support my vision and to trust my vision and to let me stay in my lane and they stay in their lane. Right. So I did a whole lot, really said a whole lot.
But my last question to you is, and this is an important
I ain't asked you a question.
Well, I know, but
Go
this
ahead,
one here
man.
I have to know.
Go ahead.
Being that you're so humble,
man,
how does it make
that.
you feel?
I appreciate that.
Because you give.
Because I am.
So, how sure of you that it's gonna work? Because it takes strong faith to give when you don't have. So, how does it make you feel after you accomplish your task of a show, and being that you gave, even though most people don't give back? How does it make you feel? Does it keep
speak
you,
on that?
Should I? Yes. I mean, if you want to, you can.
No, I'm saying I thought I did the show.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, as you give, how does it make you feel knowing that there are ungrateful people that you give to?
Yeah, straight up.
The midst of you taking the loss.
Man.
So does it affect you in any way, or does it motivate you more because you know that's going to be light at the end of the
I love what you just asked, and I want to share something with believers, man. As a human being, I get pissed off, mad as F you know what. You know what I'm saying? Because my son deserves everything I got. Right. My son's 15 years old, about to be 16, and he deserves everything I got. And so, and my family and people who supported me from day one. So anytime I do give to somebody ungrateful, as a flesh human being, that's always the first thing I think about. Is like, man, I could have gave more to the ones who I owe it to. Right. You know what I'm saying? But oh man, I mean, yeah, that shit pissed me off. Like, just to be honest with you, it pisses me off because at the end of the day, I don't care if they're 40, 50, 19. When somebody do something for you that they didn't have to do, people appreciate it. That's the thing. Right. That's the thing. People appreciate it, man. We ain't supposed to Our job is to plant the seed, God get increase. You know what I'm saying? And once I learned that, I stopped looking for appreciation in people. Something that I said tonight was that I give and I do it not looking for something back from a person, and I realize that God is always going to take care of me, and God does and is every single time. And so where I'm at in my life, and something else I said tonight after the show was I done lost a lot more than people. That's the reason why Google higher highs, lower lows, the Timothy John story. That's the reason why I named it that, because I done had higher highs than most. Who else you know the Apollo paid for them? I know several people that's been on the Apollo, but I don't know too many people that the Apollo invited them when they didn't have a name. You know what I'm saying? We talking about 17 years old. You know what I'm saying? So with all that being said, man, life keep me humble. But when it comes to like ungrateful people and stuff, I'm gonna give you something. I'm gonna let you get over one time, and that's it. So you know, that's where I'm at. So to people that don't know no better, when I'm sitting there being humble, I say it today at rehearsal. I got so frustrated at rehearsal today. I said, F it. Do whatever y'all want. I said, y'all do whatever you want. Do whatever you want before the show, during the show, and after the show, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Right. So
and you did just that too, my brother. You showed up, you showed out, you shut it down.
Thank you.
When people didn't deliver, you delivered. That made them step their game up in the previous. If they wasn't giving their 100% at the beginning, trust and believe, by the time that play ended the night, everybody was on their A game. Turn on. As an actor, it helped me to actually improvise in crazy situations. It helped me to how can I put it? It helped me go to the next level, if you know what I mean. As far as my acting skills, my improvisation, and my dedication, and even reading the script, it actually opened up a gateway to where I can receive and deliver. And it made me a better comedian, a better person, because discipline, what they say is, in order to become a great leader, you must first be a great follower. And today, and these 2 days, for me to drive up here showed that I was willing to do whatever it takes to make this not
well, you've been doing that. You did that before.
Yeah, but this time it made me very much appreciate those tough times in this business.
For sure.
And so now it has given me another insight on when somebody says something, they don't mean it the way that they said it. It all works out for a better purpose. So it really humbled me back to my roots of how the art really works, because so many people have bought their way into this business. And to return to your true roots of grind and dedication, it has reminded me that even when it's tough out there, as long as you got somebody giving you the correct tools with a stern and an iron fist, matters more than somebody that's pussyfooting around and it be still a disaster. So this experience has really put me on my A game on how I'm going to attack every role that I receive, and it actually taught me how to discern when things in the atmosphere needs to shift because it don't go a part of the plan.
To triple up on you. All right, I got 3 questions for you.
Right.
I want to know in this order. I want to know what was your favorite moment since you've been here in KC. I want to know what your favorite moment was that didn't have to do with the show. Thank you, brother. I want to know what your favorite moment was during the show, and I want to know what you've learned from me as far as from a business perspective. So the first one, you know what I'm saying, what was your favorite moment that didn't have to do with the show?
My favorite moment was when we reconnected in the hospitality part. Because outside of what I would discuss in a minute, when I got here, it was different than what we discussed. Just the atmosphere was my favorite. Eating, of course, was
This is our second time being at Jazz. Right, today. This is my favorite restaurant out here.
And the fact that it was a welcoming spirit here when I got here, and that's my most favorite thing was when I got here. I felt at home. I felt at peace. You know what I'm saying?
And I want to add, forgive me for cutting you off, but I want to add this type of man I am, that my brother was driving 9-10 hours, talking about from like 6-7 o'clock at night into the wee hours of the morning. I didn't have to, but I stayed up.
Right, waited.
We stayed up.
We fought because I was like, man, if you sleep,
Yeah,
I'm gonna get a hotel. He was like,
well, it's like,
it was that Richard Pryor shit.
I said, I believe. You said. I was taught to
I always keep a plan B. He say, what's a plan B?
I said I was taught to keep my word.
Right. So we gonna stay silent.
That's
fussing
it.
now through
That's
text.
it.
I had to pull over.
This is on the way. This is on the way here.
So that was the favorite
That's
moment
what's up.
that he kept his word.
Straight up. T real. T to the real.
And when I got to KC, I had a place to lay my head without stripes of impression, so I could focus. Second one, my most favorite moments during the show is how we all came together, and we didn't let the audience see what we were going through behind the scenes, and the fact that everybody that was loyal to the show put their selfish pride and bickering aside for one moment to make one great masterpiece come alive. And the overall thing that topped it off tonight, dog, is when you got up there and you gave direction without breaking character. Now that's you don't see that every day. You didn't call anybody out. You called out what they should be doing.
That's it.
And it was disguised within the show.
Right.
So that was multitasking at its best, and that was the most favorite moment. And even seeing you bringing Richard Pryor to the forefront, it's one thing to see it on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, but the overall close and personal experience. If you wasn't here, you didn't see the pain, you didn't see the real stand-up behind the man that made this comedian. So these moments tonight were monumental because you went through hell to get here.
Man,
in a matter of a week and not even having but 2 days worth of practice. One when we got here when he assigned part, and one this morning when we was tired as hell.
Who we had in the show.
Oh man! And then you had everybody running around because it was so much going on, happening, working against you, and you pulled it together. That was my favorite part. My favorite part is you stuck to your guns. You made it happen. You stayed up all night, and you still pulled through. So that was my very favorite. You know what I'm saying? So,
Her question was business.
what I learned from this is everybody can't go with you in this business.
Damn. Is Gideon out there somewhere?
Yeah, that's what I learned from you.
Y'all catch that
I
later.
learned that when you're stern and not a friend, or friendly, not to be saying you're not a friend,
right.
but
I'm not a coddler.
You're not. So to continue to be stern all the way through, that's what I learned, that everybody doesn't deserve a break, even if they best friends, because I call hell too. So what I learned from this, if you're gonna do this, you gotta kind of be more of a boss with it. You have to break some rules. You have to hurt some feelings, because if you don't, it'll swallow you up. So you really taught me that if you believe in yourself, in order to get everybody else to believe in you, you have to show it.
Right.
And so that's what I learned from you, that when you love what you do, nobody can take that away from you. Nobody can stop that, and nobody could make you change your mind once your mind is made up. This is a personal question about the whole Richard Pryor thing, because you do that very well.
Thank you.
What motivates you to keep doing it though, the way that you do it? Like what it is about Richard Pryor that makes you do what you do every time you do a show? What makes it so easy for you to transition into Richard Pryor?
You said it. You said it this morning. You said, man, you Richard Pryor. You done went through his life, like for real. You know what I'm saying? So, and I said it tonight after the show, like everything I've been through. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Richard Pryor Jr. and Rain Pryor, man. Y'all reached out to me. Y'all holler back at me when I reached out to y'all, and I appreciate that. Apples and Oranges production. I ain't forgot about you. You know what I'm saying? I hope y'all heard what he said. because y'all biggest thing was y'all didn't want somebody playing y'all father who was acting. Y'all wanted somebody who actually been through the hard life struggles, etc., etc. So that was it. I first got turned on to Richard Pryor in whenever JoJo Dancer came out, 87, 88. You know what I'm saying? My mama had JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling, and I can't really tell you the honest to God truth, like what from that made me resonate with him. But what I told you earlier was I never was a fan of buffoonery comedy. You know what I'm saying? People who did the slapstick, basically in my eyes, even if they ain't wearing it physically, but they just got the black face on and they sandbone. I've never been a fan of that. So to me, Richard Pryor was one of the first people who told truth, wasn't trying to be funny, and that made people laugh and people could relate to him. So he was real to me. He was the realest comedian that I had ever seen. So that was what motivated me. And so now, just wanting to be a master of my craft and just wanting to show Richard Pryor's kids, his wife, Jennifer Lee, and everybody that I'm the best person to play them, not Mike Epps, not Nick Cannon, not Marlon Wayans, that the movie ain't came out yet.
Right.
So, I mean, that's my motivation right now. I think there still might be a chance for it. Even if it ain't, when the movie come out, I want enough people to be like, nah, Timothy John, that's what you need to have. All right, my last question for you is, what was, because you've been consistent, you said everything was pretty much like you thought, it exceeded expectations. What was your biggest surprise of the actual show?
That's a tough one.
I know, but my last question.
My biggest surprise of the show, it has to deal with your character, man. The biggest surprise is the 3 scenes, bro. It may not seem much to you. My biggest surprise is how you interpreted 3 scenes without an actress. My biggest surprise is how did he maintain character while reading their lines back to the audience while making us feel like they were there.
Right.
Patricia! Hey, I got a new joke. Anybody seen Patricia? Her real name is Kimberly. Does anybody know her last name? Anybody?
No.
Well, we want to record this.
That was the biggest surprise because I thought when he was gonna cut this, you were gonna cut it out. I didn't know that.
I told y'all I was still we gonna keep everything the same. I'm gonna take care of it.
Because you said we're gonna cut it out, but what you mean
I said no, we're gonna cut her out.
Right, and you kept the scene. So my biggest surprise tonight was how you maintained everything that you discussed with a full cast as a single person. Your one-man show ability surprised me because I never seen a director, a producer, an actor get on stage on each scene that there was nobody there and actually call out their lines. While
told the audience this is what they said about me.
Right. And tying their lines into your lines while remembering it, while directing now everything behind stage without even breaking it. That surprised me, dude. That shit was like you read their part. You know what I'm saying? And remember everything that we were supposed to do, even when we didn't even know what we were supposed to do. So that surprised me tonight that you was able to maintain it with all the chaos that could have prevented or made it somebody fold to give a half-ass show. That surprised me tonight.
Straight up.
And it takes talent to do that.
Straight up. My real last question now is I asked you what was your surprising moment before. Right. If there was a moment that you could see played on the TV right now, watch, replay, what would that be? Just your the show. What a must-see moment.
A must-see moment from tonight's event is the simple. Matter of fact, it's the
that fire.
Yeah.
Is that what you're gonna say?
That whole scene from the fire.
Hey, everybody, look at that. told you tone down the routine.
No, you ain't say it like that.
No. Bill Cosby told you turn down the routine.
I remember what you told me.
I told you F Bill Cosby.
You ain't necessarily say it like that, Rich.
I said F and the 3 letters after that.
Yeah, but you ain't necessarily say it like that, Rich. You said, "Or be yourself." Carol, Bill Cosby. That's what you said, Rich.
That boy all the way from Shreveport acting like that. You got to push, boy. Now, look what I got for A. Ooh, the red suit.
Red suit.
Red suit just for you, Eddie.
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
You gonna show Bill Cosby that.
Oh, yeah, you got that.
Now, look, me and you, we're a team now. And one day you might get a red suit. Not no time soon. Let's take it on. To the red suit.
The red suit.
Now that's when you come.
Now, as you know, like I said earlier,
Where's my
the drug
pipe?
use was spiraling out of control.
Anybody see my pipe?
After several days of freebasing cocaine, he set himself on fire in a suicide attempt.
I need to get high. Where's my pipe?
It was initially reported as an accident, but later he admitted that he did it on purpose in a drug-induced pain.
How you doing, lady? You got my pipe? I'm sorry, prison nigga stuck up on me right now. I'm sorry. I need to get high. I need to get high. You was supposed to be back there helping. What you doing? I don't know what they doing right there. That's right. I need to get high. Anybody see my pipe? Anybody see my pipe? I need to get high. I need to get high. Help me.
Hey, Rich, man.
Hold on. I got a light. I need my pipe. I got a light. I need my pipe.
Rich, are you sure you okay?
Anybody see my pipe?
I have no blowtorch around.
I need to get high. Huh? I need my pipe. I got everything else. What? I need it. I know some got me around here somewhere. I need to get high. I need to get high. I need to get high. Hold on. I need to get high. Now I'm just gonna be a little bit. That's you still the same. I need to get high. I need to get high. I need to get high. Help me. What do you want me to do? Help me. I ain't nothing. I ain't nothing but a no good junkie. It wasn't something I didn't already know. Or hadn't known for many years. But to say that in front of a group of total strangers, that's like saying I'm close to the greatest, funniest character I've created. I need to get high. Ooh, I'm gonna set myself on fire. Yeah, now that's good. That's a good idea. I'm gonna set myself on fire. Then I'll be safe. Yes, I'm gonna set myself on fire. Then I'll be safe.
Because you gravitated. You gravitated from start to finish in that scene of the man on fire. And I would love to see that on the big screen
Straight up.
of the Richard Pryor biography, because tonight you pulled it off as if it was motion picture, because you were Richard Pryor, sir, from you looking from your fix to setting yourself on fire on stage. So I would have loved, and I will love to see that part again, because that part right there
Trying to make that
symbolizes,
fire big.
right, it symbolizes, and it
Did you
took
see
us-
it?
Yes, I did.
It was big?
As
Was
we
it big
ran.
enough?
Yes. It made
It was
everybody,
big enough?
it made, yeah,
I thought I needed more
no,
big.
if you would
It was
have, if
good?
you would have used more, you would have been in the hospital. Right
I
now, like
wanted to
Richard
use
Pryor.
more,
I
man.
think your clothes would have gave it 5 cents. I ain't even trying to be Eddie Murphy. I think if the 5 was
you did it.
your hair would have caught on 5 cents. You
I
would've been-
wanted more.
Yeah. So if I had to pick a night to relive to see on the big screen, it would be that, because he showed the pain and the struggle of a man that meant well in life, but was human. that was away from the light of the pedal schoolism, what we call with people judging. So I would have loved to see that. I would love to see it on the big screen because you actually went to that other level of damn near setting yourself on fire for real.
I wanted more.
Right.
I did.
Yeah. And the fact that you was able to embody that man to where we didn't see Timothy John, we seen Richard, that was something that you don't see every day.
I appreciate that.
I'm gonna set myself on fire. Don't look like that. Then I'll be safe. I'm gonna set myself on fire. Then I'll be safe. I'm gonna set myself on fire. Then I'll be safe. I'm gonna set myself on fire. Then I'll be safe. I'm gonna set myself on fire. Then I'll be safe. I'm gonna set myself on fire. Then I'll be safe. I'm gonna set myself on fire.
I appreciate that. What's your question? Final question.
All right, my final question to you, since we talk about my favorite, all right, overall, what was your favorite moment or moments throughout a production that you birthed out of your belly of a great legend? This is something you wrote based on facts and the way that you interpreted to make it accurate. What was your favorite part of your production through this night? What was the two favorite things that you seen when you were acting?
Easy. My most favorite moment of the entire show is when I talk to the audience afterward.
Give it up for Red Bull! How we doing? Y'all enjoy the show? Let's give it up. Let's give it up. Don't sound like that, but that sounds like sympathy claps to me. I don't want sympathy claps. I want y'all to give it up if y'all enjoy the show. Appreciate that. Now, I know most of y'all think Mudbone ain't nothing but an old drunk. Keep it to yourself. But if you don't take nothing else from this show, I need every person in here to remember. Shut up, nigga. I'm joking. No, seriously. I need everybody in here to realize that no other human being has the power to decide whether you succeed or fail. Nobody has the position of God. Sometimes people are going to be difficult, no matter what you do. Sometimes you can help people over and over again, and they still not return the love. Sometimes some people gonna show up just to see you fail. Friends and family. But no matter what, you cannot give up. I'm a living witness. I'm a living testimony. Because me, myself, Timothy John, have lost a lot of people in my life. From 2 children to brother to a whole lot of them. And that's why I'm able to stand here and no weapon formed against me prosper. With that being said, I know there's people in here right now that are still grieving losses for people that's not here. And if there's nothing else you take from this show, if there's nothing else I can do to inspire and influence you, this is it. We are supposed to give our flowers to the living, not the dead. Okay? I need you all to know, regardless what you think your talent is or how many people support you, there's always somebody who's looking at you, who's dependent on you to be their strength and their inspiration. It might be a child, it might be a friend, it could be a parent, it could be somebody older than you that you don't know you have an impact on. So we have to realize that there's other people in this room dealing with some of the same pains and struggles we do. There's other people in our life that's dealing with some of the same things we've gone through. I want to make it clear right here. Timothy John Strong is a believer in Jesus Christ Yeshua. Okay? And what that means is I believe that there was someone who loved me enough, no matter what I did, now, then, or later, to sacrifice. We are here now to sacrifice for other people, even the ones who don't appreciate it. That is why I sleep good every single night. So from the bottom of my heart and the depth of my soul, I thank each and every person in here tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. I left everything on the table for y'all. I love y'all. God bless you.
Because like you said, they didn't know nothing behind the scenes. And I feel like everybody that came to the show saw me in a different light. But I knew how big it was. Right. I knew how big it was. So I felt like even people that was there, it kind of went over their head or it was too big. So it was like, it was entertaining, but it was a whole lot to take in. Right. Like people say about me a lot of times, they're like, you give a lot, but sometimes it be too much. And so people can't focus on everything you give because it's all good. And so after the show, I felt like that was the most intimate time I've ever been with cast members and with staff and with the audience. And so that was rewarding for me to open myself up. You know what I'm saying? Without any type of wall, without any type of hesitation at all. So that was my favorite part. As far as just the show goes, I mean, like I said, I wanted the fire to be bigger, but I did it. I wanted to, it said woo, but I wanted to woo to where everybody thought they was gonna be on fire too. That's what I wanted. I was flirting with the line, but I wanted it to be even bigger. You know, I gotta see it because it might have been enough, but I gotta see it. But my favorite moment of the whole show. Give me a second. Give me about 5 to 7 to 8 to really get that for real. I mean, no, it got to be that scene. It got to be that man on fire scene because my favorite moment was before that. You know what I'm saying? My favorite moment was when I had this in the box and I said, "Hey Eddie, I got something for you," and everybody said, that was one of the times where I felt like if you a basketball player, that's one of them times where you just come across half court and just pull it up. You know what I'm saying? If you're a boxer, that's one of them times where you just come one round, one punch, knockout. You know what I'm saying? I felt like that was one of the moments, even before I did the fire, I felt like I like to say metaphoric ways, I felt like you and y'all and everybody threw me a oop. I felt like y'all threw me the hugest oop off the glass, like Michael Jordan and Larry Bird. Off the glass, off the board, off the floor, nothing but net. You know what I'm saying? That's what I felt like y'all did for me. So that was my favorite moment too, the man on fire, even before the fire.
After several days of freebasing cocaine, he set himself on fire in a suicide attempt.
I need to get high. Where's my pipe?
It was initially reported as an accident, but later he admitted that he did it on purpose in a drug-induced
How you doing, lady? You got my pipe? You got my pipe? I'm sorry, prison nigga, stuck up on me. supposed to be back there helping. What you doing? I don't know what they doing right there. That's right. I need to get high. Anybody see my pipe? Anybody see my pipe? I need to get high. I need to get high. Help me.
Hey, Rich, man.
Hold on. I got a light. I need my pipe. I got a light. I need my pipe.
Rich, you sure you okay?
Anybody see my pipe?
We don't have no blowtorch
I
around.
need to get high. Huh? I need my pipe. I got everything else. What? I need it. I know some got me around here somewhere. I need to get high. I need to get high. I need to get high. Hold on. I need to get high. Now I'm just gonna be a little bit. That's you still the same. I need to get high. I need to get high. I need to get high. Help me. What do you want me to do? Help me. I ain't nothing. I ain't nothing but a no good junkie. It wasn't something I didn't already know. Or hadn't known for many years. But to say that in front of a group of total strangers, that's like saying I'm used to the greatest, funniest character I've ever created. I need to get high. Ooh, I'm gonna set myself on fire. Yeah, no, that's a good idea. I'm gonna set myself on fire. Then I'll be safe. Yes, I'm gonna set myself on fire. Then I'll be safe.
There you have it. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate y'all for your time.
All right, this is T-Real. Jeremy.
It's your boy UNMASK.
KC.
Google UNMASK.
Yes, sir.
Google T-Real.
Just be looking out.
Google Jazz at the Legends.
Right. Look forward
Can't find
to
a better
seeing
place to go
more
to.
of us. With more commentary.
I'm taking all this. There you go. Even got them happy.
Go up to Superstar Dreams Believers.
Superstar Dreams Believers, a throwback.
Yeah, then you can find us on Facebook, the Richard Pryor Empire, or the Pryor Empire, however it is. But follow this brother, look for this brother, because he's about to go to new heights. This is comedian Jeremy UNMASK and T-Real. We signing out. Thank you. Good night. Love y'all.
All the way from Shreveport, Louisiana. You know what I'm saying? All the way. This is my dude right here, man. Got nothing but love for this brother, man. We met back in 2013, I want to say. You know, it was just a God thing again, you know what I'm saying? Just connecting me. And Friday, brother got off like 5 o'clock in the evening, drove straight here. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Straight up. On his own dime. Didn't ask me to pay for nothing. There you go. I said play like that. Yeah. Didn't ask for nothing. But you know what? And this is recorded, right? To any actor or actress out there that asks me how much you get paid, show me how much you worth first. You know what I'm saying? And I say, no, you already know. And I said that to say, he didn't ask me for nothing, but he got everything. I'm talking about, I took care of him this time, last time, and every time. And so we know that just from actions. You know what I'm saying? Not words. So I want to thank you, you know what I'm saying? And from the bottom of my heart, you know what I'm saying? I did something a little special, you know what I'm saying? A little low key, you know what I'm saying? We superstars now, right?
Am I doing this impression, or am I doing this as a gimmick, or am I trying to be Bernie Mac? Of course not. I'm 5'8". I can never be Bernie Mac. I live in Shreveport, and ain't nothing wrong with living in Shreveport, but I ain't got no money right now. I'm the maintenance man of comedy, but I do tell you this, that if you believe in ghosts and all that, then you could believe in the power of exchange energy, if that makes sense. But anyway, we'll get into that in a few minutes. But it's weird how God puts us on this earth for a reason. And sometimes we find out our purpose through other people, like passing the torch. But we'll talk about that in a minute. But what we're going to talk about first is my Bernie Mac experience. It was 2008. We was on the set of Soul Men. I think I was like, I was like extra number 268. I don't really know. I got my little red glasses on. I'm feeling myself. But anyway, 2008. Came to our church, told them that they was having a casting call for extras for the movie Soul Man. When you say Soul Man, I didn't know what the hell Soul Man was. But when you say Bernie Mac and Sam Jackson, let me tell you something. I was there front and center like a cheerleader with some orthopedic shoes on for the people with bad feet. But anyway, so on the set of the movie, people know me as Little Bernie Mac because I've been doing comedy. I look up to Bernie. I grew up to Bernie. That was my first impression of Bernie. My whole style, it comes from, old school, what Bernie brought to the table, Robin Harris, and so on and so forth. So it was the club scene. They were shooting the club scene at the at Coco's downtown. They turned it into a spot. Bernie, Sam Jackson, and Sam Jackson's daughter. So we were getting ready to set up, and my mother-in-law, Janice Mack, she caught Bernie going up the stairs, getting ready to go on stage and perform. And Bernie's so humble, and he make you feel like you've known him for years, And so when I met Bernie, the first thing I said was, "What's going on, Bernie? Let me tell you something," and whatever. And Bernie looked at me, he stopped, and he laughed. And somebody out of his camp, he looked over at him, he said, "Chuck," I think that was his name. He was like, "Man, come here." He say, Why this little son bitch ain't playing me?" He said he kind of favored me a little bit. He said, "Motherfucker ain't but this big, like I was a mustard seed or something." He said, "Motherfucker ain't but this big, but you can play me, boy, who your mom is?" So after that, I went from extra 268 to a stand-in. I got a chance to do like a voiceover track for Bernie because, of course he was sick during the shooting of the movie. You couldn't tell because he got so much swag. But I did some stand-in work. I got an opportunity to actually talk with Bernie. And so that was one of the greatest experiences of my life. And from that day, from 2008, after I met Bernie, is when I decided to switch from rap to comedy. I used to do jokes, but I actually started doing stand-up in 2008 when I met Bernie on the set of Soul Man. And it was one of those experiences I would never forget. As a fresh actor, extra / stand-in. I didn't get a chance. I said one day I was going to tell this story. Because it's like God was doing something, because when I shook Bernie's hand, it's like electricity or a transfer of energy, like as of, like my uncle, you know what I'm saying? And so from that day, I started working on my material and stuff like that. But sadly, we lost Bernie the same year that the movie was finished and wrapped and stuff like that. So it was a major blow, because I used to imitate Bernie from the time I seen Players Club, Booty Call, How to Be a Player is actually my first impression of Bernie. But when he died, it was kind of like it hit home.